You know, I feel like this video is missing something. Hold on one sec. Perfect. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. Today, we're going to be doing our top figures of 2025. But not only that, as an added little bonus, I'm going to be doing also 2024 as well, because I have a list saved to my phone right here, and I don't figure why not give you two different years in one video because I will definitely say these past 2 years have been really, really good for figure collecting with me, especially 2025. But we'll definitely get to that later on down the road. This list is going to encompass everything that I've collected throughout the past 2 years, and these are just the standouts or like the highlights for me, if you will. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, up first on our list, we have the Haya Toys Rodan. Now, the main reason why this is up first on the list is not necessarily, it's not a bad figure by any means. We're just starting off the list with an absolute banger because I will admit, obviously Haya kind of had a little bit of a rough start with like the first two releases of like the Godzilla and then the Kong. But once they found their footing, they definitely found their footing because bit of a close up here. I don't know how well you can see that, but oh my god, this figure is just fantastic. One of my favorite Rodan designs. And I think honestly for me, in my personal opinion, this is the best sculpt for this particular kaiju. Cause detail's really nice. I really love the sculpt. The wings have a nice little bendy wire to them. My only real nitpick with it, at least for my copy, I hate the stand. It pretty much it's not the best holding up this figure. I mean, once you fiddle around with it and try to mess around with it, it'll stay up. But yeah, it's just the stand's not really doing it for me. But other than that, very, very solid figure overall. And if you have a chance, I highly recommend picking this guy up because Rodan, fantastic figure overall. Next up on our list, we have the SH Monsters Mogira. This is the, I believe they dub it as the Doc Sally version, I believe. This is pretty much the repaint of the original Mogira that came out way back when. It has an updated paint job. The sculpt is still fantastic on this, and like for the most part, it has most of the same accessories as the original did, outside of like the beams. But the reason why they dubbed this as like the Doc Sally version is because one of the accessories, it comes with like the landing platform or like the dock that was used for Mogira when he like launches up, getting ready to fight Space Godzilla. And I think that's really what helps to sell this figure overall. I mean, granted, it doesn't really even matter because no matter if it's this figure or the original, I think this is definitely one of the, if not the best Monster Arts figures that they ever put out. Because I always wanted a Mogira for a while, and I used to have the like the little tiny figure from like one of like the Bandai City Destruction sets, I believe. But I lost that, and I never picked up a Mogira ever since then, up until now. Back in not San Diego, New York Comic Con back in 2024, and I'm very happy to have this guy. Fantastic sculpt overall. Continuing on with the trend of Monster Arts figures, we have the 2021 King Kong. This is the event exclusive version. I bought this guy off of Amazon, or well, actually, it was more so a birthday gift one year, and for 90 bucks at the time on Amazon. This is, I would consider, the best Kong to pick up with, at least within that line. I know that Haya has updated their King Kongs ever since then, and in general, they look much, much better. But I don't know. Me personally, I really just don't see a need, at least for right now, to pick up like a King Kong figure because, like from them, because this guy is just fantastic overall. I really love the sculpt overall. Yeah, it's not accurate to the movie, but I still love the sculpt. I love the inclusion of all the accessories that you get because not only do you get like the first two face sculpts, but you also get this added little face sculpt with like him grinning. You get the axe, you get an effect for the axe, a bunch of hands, the little heave ships that were following Kong throughout the course of the movie, and I believe you also get the severed Mechagodzilla head, which Ooh. Fantastic overall, and yeah, like I said, I know Hayes is the better figure overall, but just me personally, I kinda have a soft spot for this figure overall, and if you had to pick up one Kong from the SH Monster Arts line, I would definitely recommend this guy. Now, going from Monster Arts and Godzilla to Transformers and Studio Series, but kinda keeping with the overall trend of, like, monkeys, if you will, we have the Leader Class Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal, a figure that I was not intending on getting initially until I started seeing like reviews on this guy and I had to pick it up. I instantly changed my mind once I saw this guy in person, like doing reviews on it. And just the overall sculpt is fantastic. I love the paint job. You can see the green on the eyes looks really good. I love the fact that this has like an opening mouth gimmick, so cool. And the accessories are really good as well. Like one of my favorites has to be the little transwarp key that he comes with, and it could also split in half. Just nice little small details and features like that. Really appreciate it overall. And if I were to rank like my top three from like the Rise of the Beast movie, like for Studio Series, it would definitely be him. The Optimus Prime looks really good, and I also really like the 100 Bumblebee. In general, Optimus Primal, fantastic. Like I said, and I love the overall playability factor. The engineering for this guy is really good. And I also love the transformation sequence as well. So if you're looking for an Optimus Primal, don't have one yet, like particularly from the movie, definitely a must have for your collection, especially for your Maximals and like the Beast Wars shelf. So, from Godzilla to Transformers to Ultraman, we have another figure that I wasn't intending on grabbing, but it didn't take too long for me to change my mind as well. We have SH Figure Arts Ultraman Blazar, a beautiful figure overall. Ultraman Blazar is one of my favorite shows in like the modern era of Ultraman, and it was just really good story, really good cast of characters. The fights are really cool. I love the overall look of the kaiju, and Blazar here, a such a unique looking Ultra. I really love the color palette on this guy. Like, he's like black, grays, and silver on the one side, but then you get like the red and blue on the other. And that crystal, I'm a sucker for translucent plastic, and look, it's even shining very nicely through the light. But yeah, awesome figure overall. I love the accessories that he comes with. The articulation's phenomenal on this guy, and I'm kind of tempted to pick out because I know that there's a version of him that comes with like the Fidran armor. I probably butchered that, but it's like the orange like fire armor that you see throughout like the later half of the show, and he also comes with this Tilsonite sword as well. And this pose that I have him in, you could definitely tell he's definitely aura farming, if you will. And plus, cool little feature here. I don't know how well you can see that, but this little purple gem with the yellow, this spins, which is really cool because like in the show he pulls on this little thing here and like spins and creates like the green electrical effect. Oh, it's so nice. Again, small little details like that. Really appreciated, and fantastic figure overall. Alrighty, getting down to the final two, at least for 2024, because wasn't really too many for 2024. These seven were like my big standouts for that year. And starting off, we have one of my holy grails with the Bumblebee movie, Optimus Prime. And part of the reason why I didn't get the Rise of the Beast version, I was kind of thinking about it, but the Bumblebee movie version was the one that I had my heart set on the most. Kind of cheating in a way, I don't know exactly, but this is not the official version. This is like a KO version, I found out, but regardless, I couldn't be happier. I don't care if it's a KO or if like the official version, just the fact that I have a Bumblebee movie Optimus in my collection is more than enough for me because really love the sculpt on this guy overall. The engineering is really good. I love the articulation. As you can see, he's holding some accessories that you don't see in the Bumblebee movie, but I still appreciate because like he's holding the Rise of the Beast axe. He comes with like a sword, and These accessories were actually given to me by a very good buddy of mine. Thank you very much once again. It looks fantastic on the shelf, and yeah, I'm just very, very happy to have this guy overall. And let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Which one would you prefer more, the Bumblebee movie or the Rise of the Beast Optimus for Studio Series? Last, but most certainly not least, a holy grail that I've been wanting forever. But the problem was I wasn't really collecting these, like collecting Ultraman figures at the time. And once I started to get into it more and more, because first show that I watched was Geed. Well, not the first show, but like the first show that I watched all the way through. I got hooked on it ever since. And I got around to watching this particular Ultra show. But unfortunately, by the time I wanted to go like collect figures, especially for this, because this is my favorite Ultra, aftermarket prices really affected me and couldn't really get this guy for a good price. And I was holding out that Figure Arts would one day make a version of this particular character. And Lord and behold, they did. And I finally have this guy in my collection. And I am just very, very happy to own this. At number one of 2024, we have the SH Figure Arts Ultraman Mebius. This this is beauty. This is beautiful. Oh my god, I am so happy to have this guy in my collection. Ultraman Mebius, as I just mentioned, is my all-time favorite Ultraman, and they just absolutely nailed the sculpt. Like Ultra Act, more like stylized, if you will, but Figure Arts really aiming to for more of like a suit accuracy type of feel with their figures overall. And I love the sculpt. The paint job is fantastic. I love the accessories that it comes with. As you can see, he's posed with his Mebium blade. And I kind of have him in the pose that you see him do in the one episode. I forget which, but I believe he's like after he like kills the one kaiju and he's just kind of standing there, angled, victorious, not looking. Oh, beautiful overall. So yeah, 2024, my number one favorite figure is Ultraman Mebius from the SH Figure Arts line. Alrighty, so 2024 is in the books. Now we're going to go into 2025. And this year, definitely more figures on this list, but also this was definitely a big year for Transformers collecting, more so than 2024. But I still got my fair share of like kaiju stuff and other neat little surprises that you're going to see, starting off with the NECA TMNT Last Ronin armored version. The Last Ronin is one of my favorite stories of all time, not just for Ninja Turtles, but just comic book stories in general. I love the way that the story overall progresses, and this figure from NECA, fantastic. The sculpt is beautiful, the articulation's not bad. I love all the accessories that you come with, like yeah, Donnie's bow staff, you have Leo's sword right there, you got a sai from Raph, you got the nunchucks in the back. These are just some of the accessories. Like obviously there's plenty more that he comes with like the grappling hook, ninja stars, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Last Ronin, Mikey over here, very, very good, and I highly recommend, especially if you're a Last Ronin fan. The NECA armored Last Ronin figure, such a good sculpt overall. Next up on our list, we have a surprising one because this wasn't meant to come out in 2025, more so for this year, 2026. But Hasbro, I believe, and like figure companies that make like Transformers figures, especially for the Studio series, have been kind enough to start releasing some of the figures early. And if you guys saw the unboxing, I mentioned that I got this guy through Amazon. And what figure was that again? Well, the Studio Series The Last Night Barricade. A very, very surprising figure, like I said. The sculpt is really good. I love this guy's a solid brick. Very, very solid brick overall. And the sculpt is fantastic as well. Like, really captures the overall essence of that particular design for Barricade. And yeah, I mentioned it briefly. The 2007 Barricade is my personal favorite design. If you were to ask me, like, which one do I prefer? But regardless, Barricade is just one of my favorite figures in general. and I'm very, very happy to have this guy in my collection. And I like the accessories too, like especially he comes with like two guns. He has, I believe this is the taser, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below. And he has this little arm Gatling gun right here, which is really, really cool. Kind of a pain for me to put on initially, but once I got the hang of it, I was able to get it in, and it fits in really, really well. Like I said, this guy is a brick. Like no looseness right here at all. Oh, also the car mode's fantastic. I love like the look at the cop car overall for this guy too. So it should be coming out very, very soon in stores. I believe next month he should be releasing. But if you guys are interested and wanted to pick this guy up, whether it be online or finding him in stores, I wish you the best of luck because this guy is a fantastic figure overall. Alrighty, going back to the NECA side of things, we're moving into the Predator franchise. And here we have the NECA Laser Shock Predator, which is honestly my favorite Predator that I own. I've owned a couple of them throughout the years. Like I have the NECA Elder Predator on my shelf. I used to own like the Serpent Hunter Predator and like the Youngblood. I ended up selling those two, but I kept the Elder because I love the Elder figure. But honestly, I think between the two, this is my favorite figure overall. Color contrast is really, really good with like the purples, golds, I believe some bluish tint to it. I love the orange for like the dreadlocks over here. The accessories are really good. I have him posed with a few with like the shield, the little grappling hook that launches up into like a spear. Plasma caster is really nice. And of course, that's already a selling point right there. Do I need to say anymore? No, but all honesty, very good figure overall, and I'm very happy to have this guy, like I said, pretty much throughout the course of this video so far. And I can't recommend this guy enough, and I cannot wait to review this when we eventually get around to it. So now, going back to Transformers, it is not a Studio Series transforming figure. It is actually a model kit courtesy to the good people over at Blockies. And here we have the Blockies Action Edition '04 TF1 Optimus Prime. Wow, this guy turned out fantastic overall. And honestly, my favorite one that they've done of this version of the character. I will admit the overall build, at least for me, was kind of a pain, a little difficult, but that's more so on my part, not Blocky's. Because short story, very long. I put a part in that was upside down and I had to switch it out. But once I got it in, this guy is really, really good overall. I love how massive the axe is, as you can see right here. And again, translucent plastic, always appreciated. What's also cool is that, yeah, you can turn this guy into Orion packs as well, because he comes with the parts for that, which I think is really, really good. But me personally, I'm just going to keep him posed as Optimus Prime because that's mainly just how I want it. And starting to creep up as one of my favorite Optimus Prime designs because this guy is just fantastic. If you guys have this, let me know in the comments section below how you guys would have this posed, rather as Optimus or Orion Pax. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts as always. And yes, I definitely recommend this kit overall. Probably as of right now, I mean, granted, I only have one of them for like the Action Edition, but just Blockies in general, probably my favorite Blocky that I own right now. Continuing on with Transformers for a little bit. It's not a Blocky figure now. We're moving in back to like transformative figures. One of my favorite characters as of late, if you will, with the Transformers Legacy Tarn. This is the, I believe this is the comic book version. Yeah, the IDW variant. He's become one of my favorite characters as of late. I just love his overall history within the comics. I love the Decepticon Justice Division, the DJD. All the characters are really cool. Also, a very sadistic group, if you will. And like some of the abilities that Tarn has is just phenomenal. The double barrel fusion Karen is awesome, and just the sculpt. Definitely recommend trying to hunt this guy down if you can. Or I know we were just talking about Blockies just a minute ago. There's a version coming out of Tarn with the Action Edition. So definitely some options to look forward to, whether you want that guy or like another version of Tarn. Regardless, you can't go wrong overall. I think this figure is just phenomenal. Very clean back too, I will admit. And the engineering is fantastic. I love posing this guy overall, and yeah, highly, highly recommend. Up next on our list, we have the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man. While this year has been a big year for Transformers collecting, I've also, like I said, been dabbling into some other stuff, and Spider-Man was definitely one of them. I picked up a few Spider-Man figures this year, but between the three that I picked up, has to be my favorite version overall. I love the sculpt on this guy. The paint job's really good. It gives you a lot of like vibes to like the Todd McFarlane version of Spider-Man. The posability on this guy is absolutely crazy. I just love the engineering that they've done with this guy and all the overall accessories, what he comes with. Ooh, phenomenal. And if you had to pick up a Spider-Man, whether it's one or you're looking for more to add for like variety purposes, definitely this guy overall. Cause yeah, like I said, this was a phenomenal figure, and I kind of wanted a comic book version of Spider-Man, and this guy definitely will help fit your needs overall. So back to the kaiju side of things. With 2024, we had the Haya Toys Rodan, and I picked up a few more Haya figures this year. Well, mainly just the two, with the Energized Godzilla from New Empire and the Haya Toys Mothra. Now, I did an unboxing for this figure on the channel already, and between the two that I picked up this year, I think Mothra was kind of a winner for me more so. Don't get me wrong, I still love the Godzilla overall. I love the Godzilla. I love the use of blue, but just something about this figure overall, for how tiny it is, it still packs a lot of detail and paint, which is really, really cool. I love the coloring on the wings, really, really sick. The overall sculpt on the face, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but very, very nice. I will admit, the stand on Mothra is much better compared to my Rodan than I have. I think the stand just works out beautifully, and if you're looking for a Mothra, definitely pick up this gal overall. And I gotta admit, similar to Rodan, probably the best version, in my opinion, of this figure that they put out in terms of like overall quality, sculpt, paint, because Haya has been cooking recently, let's just say, and I'm definitely gonna try to pick up some more this year and especially next year as well, because there's definitely some figures that have been catching my eye, tugging on my shoulder, be like, hey, click buy now. So yeah, Haya Toys Mothra, definitely my favorite figure for like at least Haya that I picked up in 2025. Alrighty, we are at the top four for the list already. And starting off with the fourth entry, we have the Transformers Age of the Primes Leader Class Onyx Prime. Now, similar to some other figures on this list, like the Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal, it wasn't a figure that I was gonna pick up initially, but the more I thought about it, and the more I've been kind of dabbling into more of like the history of like the primes and stuff like that, yeah, I changed my mind. It was an easy must have, and this is honestly my favorite prime of like the 13 because Onyx is such a cool, unique look. And I believe he was the first one to incorporate the overall beast transformation rather than turn into like a car or jet. He turned into a beast, which was awesome. And I love the fact that this guy is an overall triple changer as well, which we'll get to another one later on in this list, or well, very shortly, I may say. Fantastic sculpt. The paint job's really good. The accessories are not that bad. Kind of wish he kind of held some stuff a little better, but not more of a nitpick than anything. This guy is just phenomenal overall. And I love the fact that you have the wings. The wings can you can have a pose like this, or you can extend the wings out to have more like an elegant pose, if you will. I guess my only other nitpick is I forgot which one, but one of my wings kind of pops up a little easily. But again, that's just more of a nitpick than anything. And if I highly recommend picking up this guy, especially if you're trying to finish the 13 for your collection. This will make a phenomenal entry on your shelf. Also, he's involved within a giveaway, so if you're interested in wanting to try to win one for yourself, please go check out my Five Nights at Freddy's video that I posted not too long ago. If you're interested in picking this guy up. But yeah, overall, fantastic sculpt. I love the fact that he's a triple changer and just really, really solid. All right, next up on our list. Pretty much these next two are Transformers outside of the first one, but first up between the two, we have the Thrilling 30s Generations Jetfire. I always wanted a Jetfire in my collection. I had the movie version way back when, but I ended up selling it. But I kind of wanted a G1 version, and I'm kind of a sucker for like the video games Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, but there wasn't really a good figure. I don't think they ever made a Jetfire at all from that game to begin with, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section below as always. But I saw that there was a figure of this guy, and I know that there's also like the Commander class Jetfire for like Siege, but honestly, between the two, this was my preferred one overall. Sculpt is really good. I loved how he looks more, I guess, kind of streamlined, if you will. Definitely, like the chrome red is a standout overall. The transformation's really fun, solid. Granted, it's kind of an older figure, so some of the joints may be a little finicky or tight, if you will. But regardless, I think if you had to pick up a Jetfire figure, definitely this guy overall. Plus, overall, I loved how this paid homage to the original figure that came out way back when, like especially with the overall feature of the mask, which is removable, as you can see, which is really cool. And that face sculpt is really nice as well. Also, did I mention the fact that this guy has light piping? I don't know how well you can see, but this guy definitely has light piping. When you shine a light into it, his eyes light up, which is really cool. So yeah, if you're looking for one Jetfire to add to your collection, especially if you're trying to complete like a shrine, definitely add this guy and try to hunt him down if you can. I know he's a little pricey on the aftermarket, but I think for mine, I paid about 109. Yeah, that's kind of pricey, but I guess it could have been much worse, right? Alrighty, we're down to the final two for 2025. And first up on our list, we have the Bumblebee movie concept art 109 Megatron. Not to sound like a broken record and not to be like a dead horse, but to quote the great MGO 316, second best, same as the first. Wasn't planning on getting this, but I saw this guy in person, saw like reviews, stuff like that. And yeah, didn't take too long once again to change my mind. Sculpt is really good overall. I love the fact that similar to Onyx, he's a triple changer because you go from Nez to Tank to Jet, and he also has some like similar hidden features as well. I love the fusion cannon on this guy. It's just massive overall. And posability, phenomenal on this guy too. Like you can pull up some fantastic poses on this guy. Whatever pose you can think of, you can definitely get him into. And honestly, one of my favorite Megatron figures, and just I think one of the best ones that they ever put out. If you own this figure, you already know how awesome and amazing this guy is, but if you're interested, I highly, highly recommend. And finally, my number one favorite figure of 2025. Another holy grail similar to Mebius that I've been trying to hunt down, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it. It was really, really hard. He was either too expensive or out of stock, out of my reach, especially with the first two versions. But thankfully, there was a new one that came out this year with the SH Monster Arts Burning Godzilla. This is the 70th anniversary figure, and this is such a beautiful figure and something that I'm very, very happy to have. Love this figure so, so much. The amount of detail on this guy, and honestly, my favorite looking version between like the three that we have, because this is definitely a very, I would say, is like the closest to accuracy, if you will, because just the overall paint looks really good. The use of oranges and yellows for like the burning patches. I love the accessories that it comes with. It comes with a beam. Can't go wrong with beams, right? Plus, something that I will point out, I don't know how well you can see it, but the eyes are a little crooked here. Now, that's kind of an issue with monsters, but I would argue, at least for this guy, if you're looking for accuracy, this kind of nailed it in a way, because if you look at this image right here that I will post from the movie, depending on the shot, obviously, you'll notice that his eyes are a little crooked too. So I think Monsters was really trying to aim for like a more movie accuracy sculpt, even though it's kind of stylized. It's not one to one that you see within the suit, but overall, I really love that little attention to detail. So yeah, my number one is the SC's Monsters Burning Godzilla. So there you have it. My top figures of not only 2024 but 2025, and definitely, like I said, a great, fantastic 2 years for collecting. And I'm very, very excited to see what 2026 has in store, especially with some of the releases, both old and new. And I have some figures coming in this month. Like one of them is the new SH Monster Arts Destroyer, which I cannot wait for that thing. It will be a good complementary piece to go with this guy overall. And oh, it's just another holy grail that I'm very, very excited to add to my collection. On the Transformers side, we have like 86 Soundwave. I'm very much looking forward to add another one to my shrine. We have Amalgamus Prime, all the new Haya Godzilla releases. Maybe some Predators overall, Spider-Man, who knows? Only time will tell, right? um, Thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. If you want to, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow the Film Chill on Spotify, and in the comment section below, tell me what your favorite figures are for 2025 and even 2024 if you want to. You don't have to. Like I said, I just did it because I still had the list saved to my phone and wanted to give you guys 2 years in one video, if you will. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Happy New Year once again. Here's to a fantastic and healthy 2026 for figure collecting.